I think we're live. Yes, we are live. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with another stream. That is right, everybody. We are back. We are officially live on this beautiful July 24th, 2023. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm certainly having a great day myself. And today we're going to be doing another stream discussing the 2024 election, what our main targets have to be as conservatives, Republicans, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we'll be talking about the House and the Senate today. We did a stream a couple of weeks ago talking a little bit about the Senate, but we're going to go really in detail today. So I hope everyone enjoys these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. Just click the join button down below. This helps support the daily content we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. Of course, if you want to get questions for sure answered, the best way is by sending a super chat. Of course, if you have questions, comments, or concerns, I'll try to get through everything, but if you want your question and stuff for sure answered, super chats are the best way to do it, and it helps support the channel. So, yeah, let's get into it. And already somebody joined, Madsen, excuse me. He has become a supporter of Real American. Thank you very much for joining the channel, good sir. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so before we get into today, I want to talk a little bit about what happened in the UK. Now, let me actually bring this footage up, or actually let me bring this tweet up. It's freaking hilarious. If you don't know, Labour did something in the United Kingdom. Labour, UK. I gotta find it real quick. But if you did not hear, Labour has officially gotten rid of part of their platform when it comes to transgender stuff. That's right, everybody. They removed freaking... they removed a big part of their platform was related to, like, transgender stuff, and they got rid of it. I can't find the exact tweet, but either way, Labour is somehow getting more conservative as time goes on. I don't freaking know. They said, like, there's only 2 genders and stuff. It's like, it pissed off certain people. That's why I was about to bring that up, but can't find it. W Labour. Yeah, Labour Party is just, I don't get it. I don't get Labour at times. It's very, yeah, you know you suck when even Labour doesn't want to associate with you. Yeah, I mean, the fact that Labour did that, and remember, oh, you know, the Democrats around the world would be far right. It's just a scam. It's like even the voters in the United Kingdom say, no, this isn't normal. W Labour. If only the actual Conservative Party would actually be conservative. Yeah, it's a conservative party. Whenever they have a name called the Conservatives, you could probably guess they're not really conservative. AFD will win. Yeah, I'm liking their chances in Germany. Now, Spain, I want to go over that real quick, then we'll get to this. Spain is a complete joke. It's just... like, the right-wing parties did win, but they didn't get a majority. It's like, bro, what are you doing? And there's one specific region of Spain that I'm not going to name here that causes the left-wing parties to win. It happens every single time. They've been doing it since frickin' 1930. And you can probably guess which region of that is. You know, Spain, I recommend that, you know, you let them have a referendum of independence. Barcelona, whatever the frick they're called. I mean, it's like, are you freaking serious? It happens every year, or every election. From everything I can see, it's been happening for years. Yay, the leftists lost 5 seats in a 350-seat chamber. Woohoo! Yeah, baloney. It's a scam. Or yeah, Catalonia. Catalonia, excuse me. Not yeah. Yeah, it's Catalonia, excuse me. I missed, yeah, it's Catalonia. I said Barcelona for a second, but like, wait, that's not right. It's Catalonia, of course. Quantum Football for 5. Are you going to stream Lauren Shane's town hall with Vivek Ramaswamy tomorrow? She seems to make people stick to their issues in her previous interviews. Yeah, I'm going to. We're going to be live for that. Spain was a disappointment, yeah. Yeah, Barcelona's the biggest city, that's what I thought. It's a city in the region. You get what I'm saying. That region should just go independent. They're the only reason the left got like any support. Alright, let's get into it. Let's get into today's video. And let me just, here we go. Wrong one. So we're going to start with the Senate and work our way to the House. We're not looking at the presidential one because that's been done to death already. So, we're going to go over each of the states and see, is it really worth a primary challenge or a general election target? Is it really worth it? The election in Spain does still show Europe is moving to the right. Yeah, but it's Spain. It's just very sad. The election, I hope Bashir loses. I would have been the only one of the people to call it. Yeah, I don't see how Bashir loses right now. That's why Catalonia should have just been given independence. Yeah, weren't they, like in the 30s, weren't they like an independent country, like some anarchist utopia or something crazy like that? I thought during the Spanish Civil War they had some stupid party over there. I don't freaking know. Alright, so let us get started. And we're going to go over each one. So let's start with just, no. You know what? We're going to just get one more column. Don't care. I got to get one more because, like, some of these states, I don't freaking care. Alright. So obviously, I could care less what happens in California. The chaos strategy, sadly, is not happening. Now, if you don't know what that was, California has a jungle primary system where the top 2 candidates, no matter what, move on to the general. So it'd be 2 Democrats. There was a possibility of it being 2 Republicans, but at this point, it's better just vote for Barbara Lee, the Democrat. At least she's anti-war. That's the only thing I could say. Man Milk for 5. If Jim ran a big reduction on immigration, high tariffs, family stuff, and a libertarian position on social issues, would you vote for him, and can he win 270? Who? Yeah, I mean, like, family stuff. Well, what do you mean by libertarian? Like, what? What issues would he be libertarian on? I gotta know first. Sierra Tan has been a member for 1 month. Thank you very much. Hi. Hello there. So yeah, I don't care about California, just, let's not even. Why do we gotta focus on that? Washington, that's another doozy, right? That's, never falling for that scam again. Jim is a placeholder. Well, it depends what he supports on social issues. If he's like, you know, oh, like, pro-choice, I'm probably not going to vote for him. Or whatever. Anti-war isn't specific enough. She's just, like, better on Democrats, better than most Democrats in foreign policy. She's somebody that's not going to vote to get us involved in, like, some garbage war in the Middle East. Like, I'm cool with, okay. If that's the type of libertarian you're talking about, like, more of a paleo-libertarian type, I could support. That I could maybe get behind. Spain 2023 was the second major upset in a row in Western politics in favor of the left besides USA 2022. But then you got Italy, but they're blowing that one. The right is completely blowing it. Literally God for 2. Eastern Kentucky will decide who wins the governor's race. Yeah, I agree. It's, if Cameron, like, splits 50-50 in that part of the state, it's over. It's over. All right, so we got rid of the 2 states. I can care less what happens in those primaries. Hope Republicans pull some magic off, but it's very unlikely. Now, the first major target has to be Nevada. I don't think there's much to be said here about the state of Nevada. I mean, yeah, it's probably going to be an uphill battle, but if Republicans get a good candidate and Trump wins the state, I think they're in a good situation. So, yeah, I think Nevada is going to be a big general election target. I mean, there's no other way to get around it. Italy came first before the midterms. True. Nevada's become a red state in 2024. I think it's looking kind of good, for Trump at least. For everybody else, I don't know. Don't know. But yeah, I gotta say Nevada's probably the first major general election target. Nevada will flip red, suddenly increasingly nervous. Well, I'm not saying it's for sure flipping. I just think I'm confident in it. I think that if there's an election it will flip, it'll be this one. Unless something happens the next couple months. It's early, so. But we gotta get behind, like, we have to decipher what are, like, important states and what we can actually win over freaking garbage like Vermont. We're not falling for that one again. McConnell! Unite behind Brown, Nevada. To be determined. Just, we'll see if we get a good candidate or not. Not the biggest fan of him. So, Nevada's obviously a general election target. Arizona. Do I gotta say anything else? I don't care what McConnell is saying. It would be idiotic to try to avoid Arizona when it's possibly going to be a 3-way race in the favor of Republicans for once. So, I think Arizona is absolutely a critical primary. Or yeah, general. It's absolutely critical for Republicans. Now the state of Utah. Nevada, whatever. I say Nevada, I don't care. It's one or the other. It's Nevada. Greater Idaho will be solid red for generations. True. Great news for Masters. I hate that meme. But anyways, the state of Utah. Arguably the most egregious rhino this entire cycle that we could primary out with a realistic possibility. Mitt Romney gotta go. I mean, hell, I made the entire freaking thumbnail Mitt Romney. We got a super chat. Very Odd Parents for 10. Since Republican rural trends have not shifted Republicans enough to overcome Dane County, Milwaukee, and Waukesha, should Republicans invest in Dane to get our numbers higher, like 25%? That's actually a really good super chat. I want to bring up 2020. All right. So I'm somebody that says you should campaign everywhere. Abso-freaking-lutely. So with Dane, Trump got 23%. If you would have gotten 25, what would the math be on that one? Don't know about that. It'd probably be a couple thousand. It wouldn't be enough to flip the state. But yeah, I agree that we can't abandon Dane. And let me be 100% clear. It's not the largest share of the vote in the state. You know, people make it sound like it's the majority. It's like 10%. But the problem is you cannot get killed by 190,000 votes in this county. Milwaukee, it's similar, but it's like with Dane, no, neither one of these counties you should get killed by that much. So, yeah, I agree that we have to lessen the margin a little bit in Dane. But yeah, I think 25% is a good, like, starting point. Try to get 25%, work our way up. Milwaukee's a bit easier, though. For the fact that it has a more minority base, which they are shifting Republican. It's a fact. They're shifting Republican. And the fact there is a larger working class vote than in Dane. Plus, Dane County, you got the dumpster fire known as University of Madison, Wisconsin. just being honest here. It's a big waste of money. Big waste of money. But, yeah, unless we get, like, 70% in, like, Marathon, Jackson, you get the point. Unless we get that, yeah, you got to lessen the margins in Milwaukee and Dane. But Yeah, speaking of Utah, though, we gotta get rid of this guy. I mean, this is our best opportunity. Trent Steg's a great candidate. I think the Brad Wilson, I think that's his name. He's also running, probably. So we got a couple good options. And I do think we can possibly beat him. But I think with Utah, the problem is it's freaking Mitt Romney. I don't know what it is about the Utah GOP, but they're so incompetent. And they suck. It's not like they're good on the issues and incompetent. They suck on the issues and they're incompetent. How do you think we're getting stuck with freaking... What's her name? The Democrat that's the liberal Republican or whatever her name is. I can't think of her name. You know, it's like the Utah GOP sucks. But luckily, I do think with the convention system in Utah, there's a possibility we get rid of Romney. But would he run it in third party? Are they going to pull a McMullen and just get Romney to run as like an independent? Oh God, I hope not. Beck Edwards, thank you. Freaking a progressive running as a Republican. That's a disgrace. And she gets in because the GOP forgot to give them enough signatures. Just clone Mike Lee. Yeah, I think Mike Lee's going to endorse Stegs. Hopefully. He's not a fan of Romney after he basically told him to go F himself. But, yeah, excuse me. There are a couple good options in the state of Utah. Edwards, yeah. McMuffin, Romney. At least with McMuffin, you know what you're getting. You know that at least he's, like, good on abortion and stuff. He's pro-life, and at least you know what you're getting. Romney? Who frickin' knows? Didn't Mike Lee side with DeSantis? Yeah, he did. Mormons in Arizona is a big reason why the state has moved to the left. That's part of it, but not the entire reason. Yes, Romney will run third party. I am wondering, are they just going to pull McMullen? Run Ty Detmer? It's going to be Staggs and Wilson versus Romney, probably. Honestly, Romney should just run in Massachusetts. He'll then have an excuse to suck ass. Yeah, if he was in freaking Massachusetts, okay, I could live with that. But you're in Utah? A state Trump won by 21? I know it's not by 50 because I don't know why. They just don't like the guy. But it's like, bro. All right. Random assistant Domino's regional manager over Romney. That's so true. I would rather have anybody. Not freaking Edwards. Anybody but Romney. Except Edwards. Best Republican for the future. We'll look at that. But yeah, that's just... What the hell? Hawaii, we're not even... I know Trump is for some reason loved in the state of Hawaii. I don't know why. But sure. Why not? I don't care about New Mexico. I'm sorry. Ron Keddy, he did worse than 2020. And here's the funny part about Ron Keddy doing worse. He was going against a far more unpopular candidate. The incumbent governor who had a lot of scandals. And this time, Ron Keddy had a lot of money. He was known statewide. And he had a vast overperformance. And he did that good with Trump on the ticket. You would think with it being a midterm, and I don't care if it was only R+2, the fact that he did worse the second time, what does that tell you? I mean, just like, that entire example should show you that there's a lot of questions about 2022 and why the GOP sucks. You know, and I like Ron Keddy, but he's not winning statewide. Ron Keddy should follow the John James strategy and run for New Mexico second. Well, Harold's running for that seat again, so I doubt that's gonna happen. Wyoming, who's this incumbent this time? Barroso? Or is it Loomis? I can't think of, who is it? Who is the incumbent Wyoming senator that's up? Let me actually pull that up. It's one of those where it's like, neither of them are bad. They're all right. There's just, They're fine. Yeah, John Barroso. Excuse me, Barroso. Barossa, whatever. He's running, yeah. That's what I thought. It just, I can care less. He's not bad. Again, he's an okay senator. It is Wyoming, but it's like there's no serious challenger. He's not egregious enough to warrant a primary. He's okay. He's okay considering, but it's like, wish somebody would be better, but just being realistic here, he's not going to lose. Wyoming is safe Republican. Wow! You're telling me this for the first time. You're telling me Wyoming is safe Republican. Surprised he hasn't declared yet. Well, how old is he? He's 71. And he's from... Bro, he's from Pennsylvania? I know it's a little bit different, but it's like... just weird. Why is it always Pennsylvania with everything? Loomis better on some issues. Yeah, Loomis is okay. Didn't she endorse Trump? I thought so. Spence Sports Network for 2. Is Becky Edwards as socially left as AOC? Basically, there's really no difference. What's the difference, honestly, between Becky Edwards and AOC on social issues? Just saying. Use Paxson a primary Cruz / Corden, please. I don't see Cruz getting primaried out. And speaking of that, Texas is kind of a general election target. We can't just put some money there. Don't waste $500 million just for down ballot purposes, really. But that's about it. It would be hilarious to see that SmackDown of Cheney ran. Cheney would get like, what did she get last time? That was with all the Democrats voting for her, and she got like 20%. It was like one of the worst performances by an incumbent ever. Let's see. Taylor Swift will flip Tennessee blue. Real. True. That's totally going to happen, but I don't see her running. But no, I'm just saying Texas because it's down ballot races. That's why. All red is overrated, but it's still worth paying attention. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just in case. We're not going to be overconfident this time. Now, Montana. Everybody knows my opinion. We need Rosendale. Please. But of course, this is a general election target. Nothing to be said here. How much do you think Cruz will win by? It's... probably more than he did last time. He won by what, 3? Probably won by like 5. Maybe a bit more, who knows? Mitt Romney / Becky Edwards 2024. Yeah, we want Rosendale. Just give her a tester, though. But it's like, I'm hoping Rosendale, he's trying to get that Trump endorsement. He's trying very hard. I don't know if he will, but it would be based if he did somehow. Cruz is so unlikable. I don't know how he did so well in the primary. Because he was the anti-Trump vote. That's why. And he was an evangelical. And there were a bunch of voters that didn't trust Trump. Unlike abortion and stuff. That's why. Why is Montana a general election target? We're going to win there easily. I'm not saying that anymore about any state. We're not winning any state easily. I'm done saying that. Well, there's some states we'll talk about, but we're going against Tester. He is a strong candidate, but I don't know. All right, North Dakota. Who's the senator for North Dakota? I'm not like one of those people that know every single senator. Oh, it's Kramer. He's gonna... I don't care because we're not gonna have a serious challenger, and I don't see how Kevin Kramer loses. How? How can he lose? Kramer's quiet Romney, but North Dakota bench is so horrible, yeah. There's like nothing there. The fact that Doug Burgum is probably the best statewide person we got in North Dakota, that's just sad. Trump may be endorsing Shahi since it looks like he won't endorse Rosendale. Well, Rosendale's going around shilling for him. So I think if Trump endorses Rosendale, he'll run. If he doesn't, he won't. Which I think that's smart. I don't know. It sucks. I want Rosendale so badly. Hooven is better than Burgum. I don't know. I really don't know. I hope we will win West Virginia, but with this GOP Manchin could pull Manchin's not win. He may not even run for re-election. What does that tell you? But Nebraska. So there's 2 elections here. One is Deb Fischer. I can care less about her. She sucks, but you can't really defeat her. And the other one is one that I think everybody forgot about. It is, of course, Pete Ricketts, who is now the senator of the state. This is what I'm talking about. This is the corruption that happens in the Republican Party. This guy basically single-handedly helps the Piglin, I think his name is. It's like whatever the governor why can't I think of his name? Why? Jim Pillen, excuse me. Yeah, it's Pillen. And he pretty much gets him the governorship and he becomes a senator after the bozo drops out. In Ben Sass. So at least we got rid of Sass, but hopefully I'm kind of rooting for Charles Herbster. I'm hoping for the chaos candidate. Give me Herb. I don't care that he lost last time. Okay. Spend Sports Network for 2. Do you know LT has he/him on his personal Instagram? Is that really a surprise? Yeah, at least Ben Sass is gone, but I'm kind of rooting for Herbster to get in for the memes. But yeah, is it really a primary target? Herb Vember. Herb is like good on the issues, but he just got screwed over with scandals. All right, so no, we're not going to try to primary frickin' Ricketts. It sucks how he got in there, but whatever. What are you going to do about it? Governors who declare themselves senators used to get primaried so easily in the past. Yeah, but it's 2024. George Santos for Senate. We'll get to New York soon. Ricketts for drought. What? No. Hey, optics here. Who is Mitt Romney's main primary opponent? Trent Staggs. All right, now we're going to Minnesota, guys. The club isn't losing. Who's even going to run as a Republican? Oh, that's a great sign. 2 perennial candidates. Jesus. Oh my gosh, she's going to win by like 40, isn't she? How much did she win last time by? Yeah, what I thought. Won by 24. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a slapping, isn't it? It's going to be like a 50-point victory. The fact it's 2 perennial candidates going against each other. Hey, Rap, will Republicans do better in the Rust Belt? Well, they have to if they want to win. Run the My Pillow guy. Why not? Just something. Someone get Mike Lindell. The fact that he may be our best option. Because look at this. It's a perennial candidate and a perennial candidate. That's a great sign. Just go with Lindell. Screw it. Not a cent should be devoted to Minnesota. Yeah, don't spend. I swear, McConnell. If you get that freaking governor candidate from last year that's anti-Trump to run, oh my gosh. Roger Wicker needs to be primary. We'll get to that. But my gosh, Minnesota, what happened? Whatever. Missouri, guys, Hawley's going to win. Do I really got to say this? Hawley is probably going to win by a lot. So, yeah, not much to be said there. Tennessee. Please spend $100 million here, Democrats. Do it. Run Jesse Ventura. No! Isn't he a Green Party guy? That wouldn't make any sense. Now, Mississippi, on the other hand, we do got a primary challenge for Roger Wicker. Don Eubanks. No clue who that is. Now, I'm hoping we could get rid of Rick Wicker. The guy sucks. He's absolutely awful on the issues. No reason to be the senator of Mississippi. So, but is it a realistic primary challenge? I don't know. You think Trump can improve in Fulton, Cobb, and Gwinnett? We just gotta see. Klobuchar versus any Republican is a hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby meme. Yeah, that's essentially it is in a nutshell. Eubanks is running to the right of Wicker. Can he win? Is there any possibility of that? Because I want Wicker out there so badly. He sucks. I don't care if he had one good vote. The guy is awful. The guy is a complete and total hack on foreign policy. He's just everything as a whole. I think he wins DeSoto and surrounding counties, but that's it realistically. You talk about this Eubanks guy. This is a tough one. I want to get rid of Wicker so badly, but it's probably not going to happen. Now, where's he from? Where is this guy from anyways? If Trump gets involved, that is true. For now, I'm going to say I can care less because it's unlikely, but knowing Trump, he's going to endorse him. What makes Wicker cringe? Sucks on foreign policy. Spent Sports Network for 2. Thoughts on Mr. Beat's channel. Had good content, but now it's just cringe. That's the best way to put it. Wisconsin. Obviously, general election target. Dude, everybody knows my opinion. For the love of God, just have Tiffany. He's our only hope. Just run Tiffany. I swear, if we get David Clark. No. Not David Clark. Let's see. North Fulton could revert a bit towards Republicans. I don't see that. Well, like, Sweeney to point Republican, maybe, but that's about it. Yeah, for me, it's Tiffany or bust. If it's not Tiffany, we're screwed. Let's see. Tiffany for Senate. True. If you support David Clark, and I already know some elected bros are going to support him because he's... Let's be real about this for a second. Half these elected people, these electability people, they're going to endorse Clark. How much you want to bet? They're going to support Clark because it's not Tiffany. We should have banned Wisconsin if Clark is the nominee. That may happen. I'm just hoping it's not him. At least with Meyer and Hovedy, or somebody like even Cleefish, at least they could maybe get it within like 5 or something. But Clark wouldn't go too well. Didn't Clark say he wasn't running? I think he's gonna run. And Baldwin's the Amy Klobuchar of Wisconsin, but I think more overrated. Much more overrated than Klobuchar. Michigan. Look, I love how the Democrats have finally got a competitive primary. Just run James Craig, please. Just run Craig. I don't care about Peter Meyer, who, mind you, a poll came out, and this is the funniest thing I've ever saw. Look at this. Mitchell Research. Look at this. Meyer loses by 13. While Rogers loses by 6. I know it's one poll, but so much from Meyer being the elected bro candidate. just run James Craig though, please. But this one's tough. This one is There is some question marks about the state of Michigan, just for the fact that it's a shit show on the Democrat side. Okay. What does everybody say about this? Should this be a general election target or not? Agreed. Unite behind Craig. Hopefully Slotkin is in the nominee. Yeah, just let them beat each other up. Hill Harper's running far to the left. Slotkin's... I mean, there's some Democrats out here. I hope this backfires and James Craig waltz into the Senate because of it. Just get behind Craig. I don't care. Run him. Go, go, go. Or even Perry Johnson. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody's saying yeah. Okay, how about this? How about this? If Hill Harper's a nominee, we'll target it. But for now, since Slotkin's a front runner, I can care less. No serious candidate. It depends on if Craig runs or not. If he does, we may have a shot. Kid Rock versus Eminem. That would be interesting. I know it's an open seat, but it's like if it's Slotkin, you got no chance, realistically. Eminem runs as independent. Gosh, this is a tough one. For now, we'll say I don't care, just for the fact that, yeah. Indiana, that's Senator Banks. Woohoo! Thank you, Danes, for that one. But apparently, the GOP is preparing to run somebody. The establishment is prepared. Apparently, there was a rumor going around from Vance, at least. This came right from Vance. That they're going to try to primary Banks with somebody. I don't know how true that is. But for now, it's Jim Banks. Nobody's running. Hopefully, Jim Banks is the next senator. He will be. Barring something out of this world happens. Let's see. Yes for down ballot reasons. Yeah, why not? We'll just put, why not? Banks for the win. I swear, McConnell, you endorse the guy. If you spend $100 million on against him, ugh. Just came in with the Biden News Impact 2024. I don't know how much. I think people are kind of set on Biden's opinion, like how much you like him or not. But Ohio, that's an obvious general election target. West Virginia. The good news, we may have a shot at Mooney getting the Senate race. We may have a shot. For the simple fact, a lot of Republicans are getting behind Senator Alex Mooney, or Congressman Mooney. That's the good news. But it's borderline I can care less. But just general election target because why not? Why not? Mooney all the way. Yeah, it's a free pickup. I want Mooney. Give me Mooney. I just want Dolan to lose. Talk about issue 1 in Ohio. We will. Justice is pure establishment. Yeah, I mean, I don't like his endorsements. And I do like that a lot of people are getting behind Mooney. Hopefully Trump endorses... Hopefully he stays out of it, or maybe even endorse Mooney, but... The fact that Mooney's backed by Club for Growth is a good sign. Not a good sign at all. All right. Mooney is too small. Stop it. Let's see. Bernie Moreno for Senate. We gotta see. All right, now West Virginia, I mean, I love Hun Cow. As everybody knows, I'm a big fan of him. I believe he has an opportunity to win. With that being said, though, I'm right now, it's the point of, like, I want Hun Cow to win, but it's not necessarily, not a target as of now. That's how I see it. I think it's been closer than expected, but that's about it. West Florida. Who are the Democrats running in Florida? Keith Gross. Oh gosh, no. Is McConnell running this bozo? Yeah, who are the Democrats running? A progressive activist, a consultant, a perennial candidate, management consultant. Okay, yeah, we're not even just gonna mess around with that one. Scott's gonna win easy, I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how Scott loses right now. It's not really a target. Andrew Gillum for Senate. Trump said he wasn't going to endorse Mooney because he's friends with Justice. Shit. Well, there goes that strategy. Can we just be honest with the rest of these states up here? I don't care. Now, the last one, of course, is the state of Pennsylvania. We're gonna get stuck with McCormick. McConnell, you're already at strike 15. If you spend $200 million on this guy and he loses by 10, but Masters lose by 1, oh my gosh, there will be a reckoning. But either way, this is absolutely a general election target for presidential reasons, at the very least. So, yeah, this is the current Senate map about the general election targets. Ed Durr. Is he running for Senate? No way. The Republican side, let's see. Immigration consulting firm. Teacher. Yeah, I don't think that we have any candidates that have a shot of winning. Attorney and libertarian. No, not a libertarian. Yeah, there's no way. There's absolutely no way that we're going to frickin' win New Jersey. Stop it. Spend more money on Virginia than Pennsylvania. I want to do that, but just spend money I don't know, on Nevada, Arizona, Montana. You know, some critical states like Wisconsin and possibly Ohio. So yeah, this is the current state of affairs for everything, I would say. Should Lee Zeller run for New York Senate? No. No, he shouldn't. What about Baker in Massachusetts? I think he's done with politics. I think he's the director of the NCAA. So I doubt he's just going to leave. Go over Ohio. But Ohio is kind of just self-explanatory. Now we're going to be talking about the congressional side of things because we're actually using the new Yapmis. This Yapmis 2 or whatever. We should force Hogan to run for Senate. He's running for president. I can't get over that. So yeah, we're going to be talking about the important stuff here. There needs to be a tier for states to spend some, but not much money. If you got to spend a little bit of money, just spend more. With Virginia, until we can see it, don't really spend that much. Alright, so let's get over this. These are some pretty obvious ones. Alabama's new map sucks. Did it go through yet? Alright, so let's start with the easy ones. These are obviously general election targets, not that one. Do I really gotta say much? Now, what could get interesting is Katie Porter's seat, which is right here. So this one right here. Should we target Katie Porter's seat now that she's running for Senate? Should they? We shouldn't spend money in Wisconsin, Michigan, or Pennsylvania. We should. But okay, what about Katie Porter's seat? Is that a target? Do we have a serious possibility to target the seat? Can Scott Bowell win? I know he has money. Let's see. Yes. Everybody's saying yes. So, probably going to say yes. A lot of these seats in, Michelle Steele's seat, I think's kind of a target to hold on to it. Not so much for, young Kim. Ken Covert better get off his freaking ass this time. But those are kind of the main targets, I would say. Considering 2 Orange County-based seats flipped in 2020 when Trump was getting crushed, California 47 could definitely flip this year. We gotta see. Always target open competitive seats. That is true. That is a really good point. But yeah, California, there's a couple competitive seats. There's no really... Any real primary challengers? We're not going to get rid of McCarthy. Kylie is fine. McLaughlin's fine. LaMalfa is okay. Yeah, there's really no primaries that I could see happening. Needs the targets if you want to keep the House. Well, yeah. Kelver is fundraising well now. Yeah, that's what I heard, but we just got to see what happens at least. Now, Nevada. I think it's fair to say that all of Nevada should be a target. I think that's fair. Spend Sports Network for 5. How did Biden go from being against gay marriage to supporting puberty blockers? Well, because the Democrats moved far to the left. That's why. So, yeah, that's why that's why Biden supports it now, because of those reasons. Nevada 3 is the big target. Yeah, I mean, I think all 3 of them should be, because all 3 of them, while maybe Nevada first, maybe. Yeah, I don't know about this one. All but Nevada 1. Yeah, I agree, except Nevada 1. Now, as for Arizona, David Schweikert definitely we have to hold on to. We have to hold on to Ciscomani's seat, who, mind you, is the most overrated Republican in the House. What is up with these people? I mean, look at this. He outperformed Trump by 2. And people are making it sound like that he's some electoral god. David Schweikert overperformed him by more. Does that make him an electoral juggernaut? I mean, what is up with these people that support this guy because of what? What reason would you say he's some great candidate? Okay, I'm glad he won the seat, but it's like, stop making him sound like he is the second coming just because he won. It is an important election to hold on to, but it's like, come on. Now, Utah. All but except Burgess Owens. All these assholes need primary targets. Why is it Utah? Why? Ciscomani's isn't even good on the issues. Yeah, he's okay. That's it. Okay. Moderate dude equals safe R. Schweiker was an incumbent. I know he wasn't an incumbent, but it's like, dude, it's the same performance. Godsmack AR69 for 10. One of the biggest problem with our elections is all the wine moms in the suburbs who vote personality over policy. Sadly, my mom falls in that category, and surprise, surprise, she lives in Phoenix. Yeah. That's the big problem with a lot of voters. They gotta vote on policy. I'm getting sick of these people that say, I don't like the vibes of this guy. I'm not gonna support him. Whatever. Spend Sports Network for 2. Utah GOP or Kansas GOP. At least Kansas GOP is like, they're not going to elect Becky Edwards. That's the best way to put it. So, yeah, why is it always Utah? Because all 3 of these guys could, especially Utah 3rd. That especially should be a big focus. But, again, when I say primary target, I'm talking about, the guy is so egregious, and we may have a shot at taking him out. I'm just saying. And they should be targets for us. These are not these Democrat seats like some people. I mean, these seats are what? 26 points, 26 or 34 points, 34. It's like we ain't losing these seats with anybody. So, yeah. Now, as for Montana, I would probably say, hold on, gotta get rid of this guy up here. Like, why is Ryan Zinke here? The guy sucks on the issues. He's the electable candidate, underperformed Trump by 4. While Rosendale did just fine. Yes, he got 57%, but that was with the right-leaning independent. Olszewski could possibly take out Zinke. I'm hoping Zinke does get primaried out. It should be a target for us, at least. As conservatives, no reason for that guy to exist. As for, Washington, obviously, we got to focus on these. Do I really got to say much about that? I mean, we gotta win these 2. Or at least you got to win 1. Try to win both of them, but we're probably going to hopefully win Washington third. Washington third. They're going to spend $20 million for the people who voted against McCarthy. I heard that, but I think they're fine. Because they're here's the difference. These people are loved by the base. A lot of these people are going to try to take out, they're loved within their base. You can't defeat that. Only reason Scott Cawthorn got taken out was a legitimate scandal. The rest of these people, I don't see that happening. Does Cuellar get primary? I don't see it. Don't see it at all. I can't believe we have to put this one, but frickin' Colorado. What? I understand that it's part of the reason is you had bozos on the top of the ticket underperforming Trump by 10. But the fact that we have to worry about Colorado third, what a joke. Spence Sports Network for 2. Becky Edwards or true conservative Phil Scott? At least Phil Scott makes sense. He's from Vermont. So I give him the benefit of the doubt. Primary Newhouse. That didn't work last time. Even with a strong recruit, I really don't see how Newhouse goes down. At least the rest of these guys, you have a chance at taking them out. Primary Bobert for drinking too much? Nah. Let's see. Trump flips DC. True. All right. Obviously, we got to talk about Nebraska second. Now, South Dakota. I think it really comes down to, does Dusty Johnson get any better? If Rusty Johnson, Rusty Dusty, does something good, well, we may not have to worry about him, but he sucks. The problem is Republicans are not going to run anybody. Club for Growth funding Patriot 20 is based. Yeah. The fact they have to waste that money on them, most of them are in safe R seats, is a joke. Electability God, Don Bacon. Well, yeah, obviously that's going to be a... that's a pretty big target. I'm not the biggest fan of Bacon, but hopefully we get rid of him. Yeah. We just have a crap bench everywhere, especially in like the Great Plains, except Wyoming. I don't get it. Anything in Texas? Any way we could take... Anybody know about Tony Gonzalez? Can we take him out somehow? Please? I really don't want to deal with it. Now, hold on. Are there any retirements incoming? Let me actually bring that up. Because if we do got some retirements, that makes this a bit easier to do. All right, yeah, we do. All right, we do have a couple of states or districts we could target, but we'll get to them. Remove Crenshaw. He's not going away. Target Rio Grande Valley districts. We will if something crazy happens down here, but I really don't see anything happening down there. Run Taffy Howard again. Alabama equals safe gray. True. So, a lot of these Great Plains states, they're not the best, but they're not the worst. Hopefully we get rid of Meeks, but she's staying. Tom Emmer, there's no way he loses. Wisconsin, obviously, we got a couple very important seats. I don't think I got to say much about some of these. Is there any really bad ones in Michigan for the House? I'm trying to think. Nah, not really. Texas 28 could be a target of Cuellar's primaried. But we got to see. What does green and purple mean? Okay, let me explain. Green means primary target, or hopefully we get a primary target. Purple is the general election target. So, for example, some targets include, all these Indiana seats because they are retirements. I think we get somebody better in there. West Virginia, Hopefully, Riley Moore, I think that's his name. We could hopefully beat him. I think. Hopefully. We're not winning Grand Rapids. Let's be 100% real with ourselves. We're not winning Grand Rapids. I'm just being 100% honest with everybody. That's not gonna happen. What about Sheriff Davids? I am never falling for that scam again. This is why the Kansas GOP sucks. The electable candidate, by the way, Amanda Atkins, was the establishment hack. How did that go? You forgot about Mike Simpson. Why is Wisconsin 1 competitive? Well, it's just because of the redistricting. We don't know. So until we get an official word on that, we'll just wait and see. Primary Michael guessed that we had our opportunity and the elected bros lost their shit over that. Yeah. We had a big upgrade in Mike Gazelle, by the way. That was pretty good. That was an epic moment. But yeah, I really don't see any other primaries. I can't really think of any more. Kansas City's Joe for the GOP. Yeah. Of course, all of these should be targets. Main targets, at least, for the GOP. Most of Long Island, you got the New York seats. Yeah, there's a lot of seats that we have to hold on to. Because if we don't, well, we're kind of screwed. Florida, I'm pretty sure. Well, let's see here. Didn't Sabatini move over to Florida 6? Is that true? Sabatini moved over here somewhere. Corey Mills, which I'm a big fan of, go follow him. He actually follows me on Twitter. He's a chill dude, but can't think of it. But general election target, I can't think of any for Florida, really. Realistically. David Joyce in Ohio is pretty bad, but we really don't got a realistic option, I don't believe. So, yeah, this is kind of I guess you could say Virginia. There's a couple seats in Virginia. Alabama, we're not going to touch until we get word on that. And I think that's about it. That one south of Orlando. Yeah, did the Democrats or Republicans get a good recruit? Darren Soto, he did pretty bad. And the seat is shifted to the left, or to the right. Did Sabatini run against Luna? No. Third Trump indictment could come tomorrow, according to CBS. Whoa. We got breaking news about that. Hold on. Get the alarms out. Hold on. Is that true? We gotta see. I gotta go to the X platform. I freaking hate this name. X. Trump indictment. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Yep, we got it right here. I know this came from a resist liberal, but close enough. Yep, breaking news. CBS is reporting Trump January 6th indictment could come as early as tomorrow. Not this again. Yep, they're doing it again. Woohoo! Yay! Time to celebrate. What is up with all these indictments? It's like, oh, I'm totally certain that they're not trying to get Trump off the ticket. I'm certain of it. They're just trying to help him win the election. Some of these people are stupid, by the way. Ah, shit. Here we go again. Wait, there's a Christie town hall. Wait, what? No. There can't be. There can't be a town hall right now. You're joking, right? No! There's another town hall! Are you freaking serious? No! It's over. Are you freaking serious? No! No!
off our cities and say,
another freaking town hall.
We need a president who's been in law enforcement.
Oh my God, you son of a bitch!
Belong in jail, and that if the local prosecutors won't do it, then the federal government will.
Is that a gambling machine right there?
And restore
order no.
So that the people who live there can raise their families.
What is he?
Safety and security.
Yeah, I've read all the way up.
Those are big things.
God, he's so quiet.
Big things.
He wants attention.
Things
God.
Hear the other candidates. That's why I'm in this race. And I don't care what the polls say right now, because I was.
How did I not know of this? It just happened.
I remember Jeb Bush in July of 2015.
Yeah, that's a game. That's a casino right there. They're definitely in a casino.
And Donald Trump being at 6. I remember Scott Walker leading in Iowa and then never even appearing on the ballot. From July, he was out of the race at the end of September.
Make America big again.
Forget the polls, everybody, please. And it's not just because I'm losing.
You're losing.
All right? It's not.
This is in Concord.
We should have known by now, and especially all of you in New
hate
Hampshire.
This.
We suck at predicting this stuff. We just do. How about we do it a different way this time? How about we decide who we want to be president?
I'm just, who
should be president? Who's ready to lead this
Bro,
country?
why is he in a casino in New Hampshire?
And then work as hard as we can to make that happen. Now, for people in California or New Jersey who have their primaries in June, well, that's probably not possible, except with their money.
He's in Nevada. No, he's in New Hampshire.
Here I sit in the first in the nation primary state. You all don't have that as a theory.
This
sucks.
It
as a birthright for living here in New
No,
Hampshire.
you know what? No, we're not doing this.
I don't hear any excuses from any of you about polls.
I'm not listening to this guy. Know that. No way. Nope, we're skipping this once. I don't care. I don't care. Oh my gosh, you missed one of his streams. Whatever. I'm not gonna freaking do that crap because it's a waste of time. And I didn't know about it. I get away with it this time because I didn't know. And I did forget about Illinois 12th. Hopefully Bailey wins that race, by the way. Nope, I am not listening to Christie, especially when we had no reason, nothing, no hint of it. It just happened. How dare you turn out the American Caesar? Ah, screw him. If I knew about it, I would have... God damn it. You people hate me for this. You people hate me. God, why is he... Why? Jesus. Fine. I'll put the son of... Are you happy now? Are you happy? What is he even saying? Hold on.
Over at the New Hampshire Institute of Politics. You may recall my name is Nancy Ryan, and I serve as New Hampshire's field coordinator for the National Breast Cancer Coalition.
I didn't call on you first by mistake, Nancy.
Oh, bless you. And I left a packet of materials with Doug that evening.
He's not here tonight, but that's okay.
Okay.
I'm ready to answer your question. Your question is, will I sign the breast cancer pledge, right?
That is absolutely correct.
So I'm going to give you a Christie answer to that.
Okay.
Which will be very definitive. I only have one problem with the breast cancer pledge. One of the things you asked for in there, now you'll know that I've read it, is that you want me to commit to the expansion of ACA.
No.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh, God.
I read it, Nancy.
Okay.
Right? So my problem with it is I don't like Obamacare. So here's what I'm willing to say to you tonight.
Not this again.
Everything in there except for the expansion of ACA. But I will not commit to expanding Obamacare. So if you're willing to accept that, I'm willing to give it. So you
Big
talk to all your
plans.
friends.
All right.
You see what they're willing to do. I won't, because I could just tell you I'm going to sign it, but that would be not.
I'm
nice,
already at this
because
much cringe.
I don't intend to expand Obamacare if I become president.
Right.
But
You're not
everything
going to
else that
become
I read in the
president.
pledge, I'm for.
That's a wonderful answer. I mean, it shows me that
God,
you
why does
have
he?
indeed
He
taken the
gets
time
bigger,
to
I
read it
swear.
over.
And I'm not trying to be
I
joking
think
about it.
It opens up a conversation we could have about the ACA, and that the broader issue in the public policy platform is access to quality health care
Absolutely.
for all.
Yep.
If you become president, when
Okay.
you become president,
Nancy's getting.
Hold on, there's a super chat. Serotonin for 5. This isn't much, but I'm sorry, lol. Thank you so much for the super chat. For a second there, I thought the mics were packages of mini donuts that Christie has brought. Godsmack AR69 for 5. Krispy Kreme is at a casino because people have to be drunk in order to tolerate listening to him ramble on about big and small for 2 hours. How long has this been already?
Breast cancer survivor. In 1980, when there wasn't nearly the types of treatments that there are today
Bigger.
for that, and she had a very tough time with it, but we were lucky that we didn't lose her. But I know that if she didn't have access to the care that she got, the mammogram that
Why
she
is he
got,
running
the
for
detected
president? I just can't get
breast
over it.
cancer, and the surgery
I
and
can't
treatment that
believe
she
we're
got
back to this
thereafter,
crap.
that she wouldn't
And
have.
it's so
So
quiet, I
I'm
can't even
absolutely
hear it.
committed to that, and let's talk about a way we could do it other than Obamacare, and then I'm with you. All right?
Why is it so
I will
quiet?
get back to the National Breast Cancer Coalition, their president, and tell her about our conversation.
You bring her here. We'll talk about
She
it.
would love to come.
Well,
She
good.
would
Look
love
at that
to
massive
come.
crowd.
Bring her
Could
here,
Trump
we'll
do
do it.
that?
All right, very
All
good.
right.
There's
Thank
like
you.
20 people at a casino. That's what this is about.
All right, Quinn, you're second. Go ahead.
Hopefully nobody...
Thank you, Governor.
there's
You're
like
welcome,
10
Quinn.
people here.
Appreciate the shout-outs.
You know, no problem. We aim to please, Quinn.
Thank you. So I want to preface this by saying you're the most difficult candidate to ask a question to.
Wow, you're telling me this
you
for
are
the first time.
straightforward. You do way too many interviews with the other side's networks, and often
True.
when I have a really good idea to ask you, quite literally the next day on whatever network you're on, you're answering it. It's annoying, and therefore, this question took multiple podcasts and me reading your book.
All right.
So.
There you go.
On an interview, you said that in 2024, Biden and Trump were the nominees. You would most likely sit that one out. Like it or not, that's a lukewarm vote for Biden. Okay?
Yes.
So,
That's actually a good answer.
and
Good
I
question.
also know many other people who have your thinking, so you're not alone there. And a few days ago, I went to a Pence event. I asked him a question if Christians should vote for Donald Trump, given what we know. And he gave me his 3 key values, okay, that he put more than anything else. Number 1 was being a Christian. Number 2 was a conservative. And number 3 was a Republican. So I think the American public is ready for a president to put their country over personal interest and to put their political and religious values over party. Could you do that as the president? Thank you.
Yeah, sure I could.
Bruh.
First of all, I want to thank you for finding me annoying. That
Oh,
means
what a
you are my
jackass.
children, actually, because they feel exactly the same way. For the very same reason, too, because they come to ask me a question about something, and I answer them back very directly, and they don't like that sometimes. Look, the value that is most important in a president of the United States is the willingness to put your country before your own self-interest. In our lives, it's very difficult for us to ever put something ahead of what we think is best for ourselves, right? You know, you try to do what's best for yourself, and you hope that what's good for you is also good for those around you.
This is so
Who
crap.
count on you, like your family and friends, and the broader society that you live in. But when it comes down to it, I believe if you're president, every day you wake up and you ask yourself what's best for the country, and whether that's good for you politically or personally, has to come behind that. And that's my biggest objection to Donald Trump, is that he's never put the country before himself.
Like you? Have you?
And his conduct on January 6th, and this is where I was very disappointed, and I hope when you go see Tim Scott, you're going to ask him. Because I like Tim a lot. I think Tim's a good man. I've known him for 10 years, and I don't have a bad thing to say about Tim. I really don't. But he was asked yesterday.
Ben 6 for 2. Hey, Rap, what have I missed? This went from a 2024 election stream to frickin' Christie. He just showed up. He just barged right in like the Kool-Aid man.
And I'll give you my opinion when I see it, whether I think, having done it for 7 years, whether it will stand up in court or it won't.
Why?
But I think
I don't care what the.
all
Oh,
of us
jeez,
can
how many
agree
bigs did I miss?
that if Donald Trump invited
5,
all those
we'll go
people
5.
to Washington on January 6th, in fact, tweeted out and told them,
Can we go back to what the
Washington,
stream was
it's going
before?
to be wild.
No! We must suffer
That was
through
the invite.
Christie.
It's going to be wild. Then when he got them there, he gave them a speech where he once again repeated the lie that the election had been stolen from him.
Oh, shut
is a lie.
up.
And then he told them,
The
since he
sheep is
brought up
comparable
Mike
to the
Pence,
Kool-Aid man.
that Mike Pence
That's
could
an insult
change
to
the
the
whole
Kool-Aid man.
thing, and if he doesn't, he's letting us all down. When he knew full well that Mike Pence had
We'll
no
submit to the
ability
Christie casino.
to change the
But
results.
why
of the
is it a
election.
casino
By
of all
himself.
places? You just see a casino in the
Then
background.
he told them, march up to Capitol Hill now, and I'll come with you. Well, let me tell you something, everybody. I've known him for 22 years. If he had the risk of a broken fingernail, he wasn't going on some march to Capitol Hill. And what happened? They left, and he got in the limo and went back behind the gates and the Secret Service at the White
Yeah,
House.
there's another town hall. He just showed up without any warning.
Now, I don't know if he knew that they were going to be violent, but he's certainly given them all the reason to be. And then he goes back into
He's
the
gonna
Oval Office, to
march.
his little dining room
I want to see
off
him
the Oval
walk
Office
first.
with
Be
his
honest.
well-done hamburger, eating his lunch, and watching these people desecrate the Capitol of the United States and injure and kill people. And he sat there and did nothing.
That's bullshit.
Hours.
That's bullshit.
Tim, explain to me how that doesn't make that person responsible.
That's
for
not what
happened on
happened.
January 6th. I'm not saying
Bro.
it means he has to go to jail. I don't know.
Bro, we're already at like
I'm talking about
500,000
moral
cringe. It's been like 2 minutes.
responsibility. As the president of the United States, it is disgraceful what he did that day. And it is disappointing that Tim Scott said what he said yesterday for the hope that
Not-
he could pander.
His hand is
to
not
people
his
who currently
pocket.
support
Yeah,
Donald
I'm
Trump,
surprised by
and he
that.
thinks may
Usually it
leave
is, but he
Donald
must have
Trump
to hold
after all
something.
these indictments, and then they'll look at Tim. Well, Tim didn't say bad things about Donald Trump, so maybe I'll vote for him. That's wrong. You have a follow-up?
Yeah,
ahead.
there's another
Stand
Christie
up.
town hall. He just showed up.
Comments?
Yeah.
DeSantis a few days ago or yesterday said that January 6th was not insurrection. Could you tell me some of your thoughts about that?
Well, look, Ron, it's really interesting because I don't know Ron DeSantis all that well. We didn't serve together as governors, so I didn't get to know him all that well. But I got to tell you something. He says something every day that, just makes me go, what?
Well, he's
he
actually
said-
cooking.
He said about his education department changing the African American studies stuff, right? He said, well, I didn't have anything to do with it, and I don't really know anything about it. Well, boy, oh boy, that's leadership, isn't it?
He's actually
That's
not
real
wrong here.
leadership.
That's not actually.
This is a guy who signed the bill that made them have to go through that process.
All right, we got a super chat. Godsmack AR69 for 5. Values. Crispy would sell us out for the old country buffet. Yeah, he would. Not even that.
And he said, well, I wasn't in Washington that day. Well, none of the rest of us were either, dude.
Then how did you know
But
what
we all
Trump
had
was
TV
doing?
sets, and we watched. And you tell me you have no opinion? 'Cause
Wait
you
a minute.
weren't
Hold
there?
on. This guy 5 minutes ago said that Trump was sitting on his ass and doing nothing. How would you know what he was doing at the time if you weren't there? Big brain.
And I don't have to be there to know it. I can watch it. So I think, look, here's what they're all trying to do. They're all trying to thread a needle. They want to beat Donald Trump, but they don't want to say anything bad about him. How the hell do you beat someone if you don't explain to people why you're better than he is?
By saying you're more conservative
Why
but not
you deserve
incompetent.
your vote more than he does. What he's done that is not up to the office.
I can't take it. I'm not. No. We're not doing this. I can't take it. This guy is just awful. Look, I went through a chunk of his stream. We're not. Look, listen. I know it's free content, but this was the point of the stream. I don't want to listen to Christie. Why is he here? So he's probably going to do 50 more of these. I can't take it anymore. No, I am not listening to that guy anymore for now. Chris Chungus broke him. Put him back on. What are you... Okay. Jeez, you people. You...
Is that I answered every question.
You're
that
making
meant
me
sometimes
suffer
my
at
vote rate
purpose.
was 75%.
He's saving
And
our
sometimes they were
democracy. Yeah,
20.
right.
Because sometimes the answers you give people like, and sometimes you give answers that they don't. But let me tell you what anybody in New Jersey will tell you. We never had to wonder what he was thinking. He always told us.
That's too much information.
That's what you deserve. And that's the character that you have to be able to put the country first above your own interests. Because there's some questions that you ask that I just don't, sometimes politically, like, oh, God, is this the right question to answer? Are we watching Face the Nation?
Bruh.
Quentin, sometimes, it's not like I'm dumb. Like there's
You are.
questions get asked of you where if I answer this question, I answer it honestly, it's going to hurt me politically. Guess what? You pick this business, that's the way it goes. And what you hope is that you give more answers that help your citizens and help their opinion of you than hurt. And if you do, you get
I hate this.
And if you don't,
I just...
But
I don't get why he's even doing a town hall now.
Either way, I've won and I've lost. Winning's a lot better. But
you haven't won anything since like
and the sun comes up.
When? 2013?
Don't put your self-interest there. That's the most important thing.
What are you
Am I a
talking
Christian?
about?
Yes. I was raised a Roman Catholic. And
That's actually a W.
In the principles that underlie my faith. But they aren't.
Spend Sports Network for 2. Imagine the AOC cringe counter. Yeah, but this is Christie. What I walk into. Well, Christie just showed up without any word. Nobody knew about it. He just, bam, we're doing a town hall.
And nor does my party come before my country. What I hope to do is to lead my party in a way that our values are good for everyone in the country, even if they don't agree with them, that they'll still benefit them. So, yes, sir.
Hi, it's a little loud. Hi, I'm David from Bradford. It's a little town north of us.
Bro, these this is an actual casino. What is this?
Kind of what you've just been talking about doing what's best for the country, and talk about government in a little bit broader sense, I guess. And no offense to anybody that's here, but it seems like most people in Congress are more interested in being reelected than doing what's right for the government. Most things
in the government, you mean for the people?
That have to do with anything of importance is really just straight down the party line. I'm either Democrat, I'm for it, or Republican, I'm against it. Seems
it's an arcade.
The solution to this
that does look like an arcade to me.
Term limits, so that hey, I'm not
looks like a dive bar.
Year.
True.
I don't care. I'm going to do what's right for the country.
This is a gas station.
Congress start following that agenda that you were just talking about.
Well, I'm totally for term limits.
Cringe.
And the reason I am is because I've been subjected to them.
Yeah, you would have lost if you ran for again.
That's it. So you get 8 years, and you know that's the most you're going to get. And so do the best you can in those 8 years, and then it's over. I don't know why that should apply to me and not apply to the legislature.
Term limits are just
Look,
cringe.
it probably should be a little longer with the legislature. I'd say probably 12 years. In Congress, I'd say 12 years. That's 6 terms in the House, 2 terms in the Senate. If you didn't get it done by then, guess what? You ain't getting it done. We have a guy in New Jersey now who this year is his 50th year in the state legislature. 50.
Just have age
years
limits
in the
then.
state legislature. I feel like going, and I did this to him when I was governor, which is why he doesn't like me. But I used to say to him, like, go home.
Man Milk for 2. Who was the biggest traitor during the Trump administration? Ooh. Probably like Bolton or Barr, the Attorney General. That's my
Asking
guess.
them to make themselves obsolete. It is one of the failures of our system. Our system is not perfect. It's the best imperfect system in the world, but it is not perfect. And so I share your frustration.
He's at a
because,
Fazbear's Pizzeria.
You know, what happens a lot of times.
Yeah, is that
in the
Larry
legislature
Hogan?
or
Hold on a
Congress is
second.
That they look at the governor at some point and they go, okay, you got 2 years left or 3 years left. We're waiting you out. We're just going to wait you out. You're going to be gone. In each state, that moment's a little bit different with term limits. You know, when's the moment when it clicks over to where you go from being a really powerful force to somebody who's kind of like with a tin cup and pencils begging for a vote from the legislature? But it happens.
Well, age
The
limits are a bit
legislature
different.
Should not, nor should Congress be there forever. No one is indispensable in this democracy. George Washington left after 8 years, for God's sake. Right?
Is just me or has
I
Chris
would
Christie
think
gained
that
weight?
he may have
I
been
think
the only
he
indispensable
actually
man
did
in
gain
this
weight.
country from a governmental
That's
perspective.
just sad.
He left after 2 terms voluntarily. He's
Chris
trying to
Christie
set
is
an
Freddy
example
Fazbear.
for the rest of the country. He did, with the exception of FDR, for every president after him, and now it's the law. But notice, Congress is happy to make a law to restrict the president. Not so happy to themselves. So I would be for it. I would sign it in 15 seconds.
Why
I mean,
15
they'd be
seconds?
Walking the thing in, I'd be running outside to get it, to sign it.
Yeah, I want to see him
I
run.
also want to be honest with you. Like, I just don't know if they'll ever do it. There has to be a constitutional convention. And you know, once that happens, Katie barred the door, man. God knows what people will do at a constitutional convention. So we got to be careful about that.
We got Super Chat. Godsmack AR-69 for 2. It looks like a TV room at a truck stop. This looks so random.
If we
It just looks like it was put together like last minute. And they got like a bunch of his hacks.
And that's
this
part
is
of
the entire
our problem,
campaign.
Too. It's our fault, right? Like, everybody hates Congress, but votes for their congressman. Like, Congress sucks, except for my guy. He's really good, and I'm going to vote for him.
Yes.
The other 434 really, really stink.
Yes.
And I wish you people would kick those people out so that my guy's good, but the rest of them are terrible, right? So we've got to get over that piece of it. And I think, you know, part of what a president could do is to talk about that. And presidents just generally don't talk about it because you're also trying to make deals with those same people, right? So you're like,
Why does everyone look like they're clinically depressed and
you know,
uncomfortable?
so you got to find the balance to that.
I think they're all forced here against their
Who I
wills
told to go home.
to just show up.
We never really were the same. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful about that when you're the governor. But he also, by the way, a quick story. He's the
Another
acting
story.
governor at one
Thank
point,
you.
too, because he was the Senate president, and we didn't have lieutenant governors back then. So the Senate president became governor when Governor McGreevey in my state had to resign, and so he was acting governor for a couple of years. And so
Would not be surprised
He
if
never
Chris
got
was at
elected,
Jeffrey's
though.
Island. I'm not gonna
while he was
finish
there,
that,
he
but I
passed
just
a
did.
bill
Shoot.
saying if you serve as an acting governor for more than 6 months, you get the title governor and you get a portrait. So when I became governor, and he wants everybody to call him governor, even though he's still in the state Senate. So when I became governor, I wouldn't call him governor. I'd see him, I go, Senator, how are you? Good to see you. And
That's based,
shoulders
actually.
somewhere. Finally, one day in the hallway of the State House, I'm walking one way, he's walking the other, and he says, good morning, Governor. I said, good morning, Senator. And he goes, can you just stop for a second? He said, why will you not call me governor? There's a law that you're
No.
supposed to call me governor. I go, yeah, a law that you passed and signed. You posted it in the Senate, you voted for it, then you ran down the hall as governor and signed it. Like, I would love to be able to do that too, but I can't. And he said, no, I want you to explain to me why you won't do it. I said, because you didn't get elected.
Let's
For
get
those
a
of us who ran
crap.
statewide and went through the trouble.
So is Harry Truman not a
I think you should
president?
have to go through that to be called
Mr. Vice President.
He's not a dumb guy, Tom. So he says, oh, really? Well, if Gerald Ford walked in here right now, what would you call him? That's pretty good, right? Like,
Call
what would I
president.
Gerald Ford, right? He got appointed vice president, and then he wound up becoming president when Nixon resigned. So you got to be quick, though, in this case.
Mr. President.
So I looked at him, I
That's
said,
what you
wanna know
call
I'd
him. He was the president for
He
2
said, yeah.
years.
I said, I'd call him a miracle because he's been dead for 11 years. So I never quite had to answer that question. All right. Yes, ma'am, in the red shirt.
Why so hard to call him
I'm not
Mr.
gonna call you
President?
governor. I'm going to call you President Christie.
Well, thank you.
Let's start
Oh,
with that. I also
right.
will not be as famous as Quinn because
No one is, by the
I
way.
am past my sell-by date as well. But I hope that you remember me from Derry, New Hampshire. And
New
then I
Hampshire.
remind
That's definitely a
you
New
that
York
this is
accent.
The woman who lives in Maine, who's a Democrat,
Or
who
Boston.
finds you intriguing. Ring a bell? There you
Yeah, I
go.
remember you.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see
nice
you.
To see
Boston
you
or
again.
New York is that?
Foster care. Thank
Right.
you. Thank you.
Way to
Guess
go,
what I'm going to
Keisha.
ask
Attaboy.
about? So, when you're doing your stuff around, you might want to mention me.
As someone from
All right,
Missouri, I can
Say it.
confirm that
See,
So-
Quinn,
Harry-
everybody's jealous
Harry
Quinn,
now.
Truman
I'm
was
running
indeed
for you.
president.
I'm running
Yes.
for you.
Everybody's
I'm-
jealous of you, Quinn.
I'm running for you. So, I'm going to ask about foster care again.
All right.
And I'd like to know what you do as president to ensure that the states are doing a good job. Because there's some states out there that are running a little rogue. And foster care is near and dear to
I
my
think
heart,
that's Boston.
And I think we need some major reform.
Well, I think there's two ways to do it. One way is to make sure that there are performance standards attached to the federal money that goes to the states. And
Yeah, I'm
foster
pretty sure that's
and
Boston.
that there are performance standards that they have to meet to be able to do that. And I don't think that's really much to
I could be
ask
wrong, but I'm
when
80%
the
sure that's
hundreds of millions of
Boston.
dollars that we send to all the states every year on foster care for the federal government. And then the second thing is to say to my attorney general that this is one of the areas that I want the Justice Department to focus on inside the states in conjunction with the Department of Health
Bailey's
and Human Services.
pro-Palestine. Is there
That
any
you
other
should work together
pro-Palestine GOP
to make
members?
sure
I don't
that
know.
the states that are not performing,
He's definitely a
that if
unicorn
we
when it
have
comes to that
step in
part.
and put them under a consent decree, that we do that to make sure that those children are not being
Christie is
abused,
waddling.
that those children are not being neglected while they're in the care of the state. And so I think those are the two best ways to do it: performance standards for everybody, and then second, enforcement
FDR did
by
not
the
win.
Department of
Hold
Justice
on.
and the Department of
Yes, he
Health and Human
did.
Services to make sure that we step in when there are examples of
As a
neglect
mass
at the state
whole, I'm
and the
98% sure she's from
fix.
Boston. Yeah, that's what it sounded
And
like.
I saw it happen in my state well before I ever became governor. Our department it was called Youth and Family Services that oversaw foster care was under a federal consent decree for a number of
Boston,
years.
yeah. I
because
think that's
they were
what it
not doing
was.
the job the right way, and children were being abused and neglected. And I will tell you, it got everybody's attention, and then they fixed it. So if we have to do that and be aggressive that way, I think we have an obligation to kids to do that. Because if we take them and say we're going to care for them until they can find a permanent home, then we have an obligation.
Christie
to
will
make
eat
sure we do it
all
the
of
right way.
Eastern Europe.
Thanks. All right, let me see. All right, the blue shirt. In
Why
the
are there
back.
people willingly asking questions? I'm hoping he just leaves.
There we go. You got one to your left. One to your right.
Oh my god. Oh! This is a great
Took a
HD
hit
quality.
for the bridge incident, but I think time has passed and America's ready for an
Ooh.
honest, direct approach that you would bring. My question to you is, why do you think you're ready now? And what would you expect in the primary? I appreciate your delineating.
We watch something more
why you oppose
entertaining.
Trump.
I'm about to.
So
This is
I'm interested in
awful.
What your thoughts are? Why you're right now, and what you would ultimately see if you were to progress through that gauntlet and face the Democrats.
Well, first thing is that, this has been going on for me for a while. I had people who travel from all over the country in
Yeah, there's actually
2010
30
and
people.
2011 to try to urge me to get into the race against Mitt Romney. And
You
I
should have
said at the
ran.
time, I didn't feel ready to be president. I was 47, 48 years old, and I just had been governor for a
should have
year to a
ran.
year and a half. The
Should have
people came to
ran.
See me. I just didn't feel like I was ready. I now, after Barack Obama and Donald Trump, that seems to be a quaint idea about not being being ready.
It's
but
over.
that's really the
No,
way
I thought it
felt.
was.
And
Thought it was
where I
over for a
am now
second.
as compared to 2016, to 8 years ago, is I'm just smarter and more mature and a better person. I just am. Like, you know, I wasn't a bad person back then, but I'm better now. And I'm smarter than I was then. And I think the reason I am is because in the 5 years since I've left office, I've taken time to get smarter, to read about things that I didn't have time to read about before because I was governor and really totally consumed with that job. And in the 7 years before that, completely consumed by the job of U.S. Attorney. Now, I learned things in both of those jobs that helped
Christie's
me
is the
to be a good
entertainment. It's
president, too.
boring.
But I've had time to focus and think about things differently than when I was in the midst of every day, the hustle and bustle of running a state of 9 million people. And I think that losing makes
I'm
you
more
better.
mature, says the gluttonous enraged tomato.
You know, when you win, everybody tells you how smart you are. Oh, we knew it all along. Oh, God, you were a great candidate. Oh, that campaign was flawless. It's flawless. You know, oh, when you got reelected, oh, God, you were a great governor, and that's why you got reelected. And your reelection campaign was flawless. Like, you don't really learn much from winning. You learn a couple of things from losing.
What?
One, you really
Well, actually,
have
that's kind of true,
time
actually. That's actually a fair
critically
point.
look back at what you did well and what you did not so well. Second,
Everything.
the reason you have that time is because the phone stops ringing. Losers don't get phone calls. Winners do. And so you have time to really look back on that stuff. And third, I think there's a humility that comes with losing. And that humility is really important when you govern. Because everyone's going to be telling you, if you're president, that you're the most powerful person in the world.
Crispy's not
actually start to
entertaining the
believe
chat
that,
is.
You become a very dangerous
Stop. Chrissy's rotting my brain.
What you need to believe, I think, is that you have
Yeah, I wish
power as
Citarelli would have
president
won,
to
but he
change the
didn't.
world. And the question is, how will you use it? Not that you are the most powerful person. You are a temporary steward of that power and authority. It's not something you own. It's something that's bestowed on you by the people that
Vote in the
serve.
poll.
And I think after you lose, you understand that even better. So I think those are the ways that I'm
Can't
different
take
and
it
better now.
anymore.
As for what do I expect from the Democrats?
Everybody say
I expect
no.
what we always get.
Yes.
Call me mean,
Vote no.
heartless,
Please.
uncaring.
No.
They'll say I was an awful governor. And they'll say I'll be
You
the
better
next
vote
president.
no, Chad.
But then
I
I'll
can't
be
take this
standing
guy
next to old
anymore.
Joe Biden.
If we would have started with
And
it, that would be
remember, I explained
fine.
this to Prime Minister Cameron
No.
of Great Britain. I went over there on a trade mission back in
We're ending poll.
2015,
Nope, it's
and
over.
he was
We
just getting ready to
won.
run for re-election.
No, we're
And you know,
done.
the British,
I can't take this anymore. It's about the freaking history lesson again. Oh. Like, I would have watched this if we started at the beginning, but I'm not. I ended the poll right before you guys were starting to flip it. All right. I think we're done for tonight. If you did enjoy this stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below. If you got any more questions, any more super chats, send them now. Because I'm not listening to frickin' Christie any longer. I can't take it. I am going insane listening to that guy. Has anybody got more super chats or anything like that? Here's the question of the year. Who loves Krispy Kreme more, Chris Christie or David Perdue? Honestly, I think it's Christie. Okay, how about this? We'll play the campaign trail later this week. We'll do like Wednesday. Because tomorrow we got Ramaswamy's town hall. Nah, I gotta get going anyways. Count all the votes. I purposely ended it right before you people started to vote. But if you did enjoy, we will be back tomorrow with the Ramaswamy town hall. That's definitely going to be interesting. I think it is tomorrow, right? Right? I think it is town hall is tomorrow. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.